Doing well. Good to see you. You guys get the ball going in the hoop today. Some hot shooting. Is that kind of the key of today's game?
We've been talking about our struggles really across the board. You know, defensively we haven't been good enough. Offensively, the ball has not been going in the hole. We kind of felt like that. You know, Keaton's a big key to all this. You know, we know that we need him to get going. We knew he was ready at any moment just to pop it, and so it was really, really good to see that happen. I thought defensively earlier on we were terrific, very, very active. That's kind of set the tone, and then certainly Keaton got it going, and Knox made some shots. And, we needed this from a confidence standpoint. You know, been struggling on both ends of the floor. To be honest, we haven't had great practice sessions. You know, we had segments of practice that we would have liked to have been a little cleaner, a little sharper. So maybe something like this will just jumpstart us across the board. That's the hope anyway.
Did you know coming into the game that Keaton might be able to get to the basket against this team, or was that part of the game plan?
Not specifically more than usual. You know, he just hasn't been shooting it the way we know he can, and so you can tell he just made up his mind to get to the rim. They've got some pretty athletic frontline guys, but he got some calls early, you know, out on the perimeter just by being aggressive. We got to the bonus very, very early in the first half, and he kept driving it. And then we just started running some real simple action there in the second half, a very, very simple play that I was proud of our guys just being players. You know, they weren't robotic out there. It was just simple pin downs, and they read each other. And they helped on the curl guy. We dumped it down to the big guy. Keaton kept getting middle on that play and kicked it out a few times. So it was pretty enjoyable to see our guys just make basketball plays without it being orchestrated by X's and O's.
Is there anything you noticed about why his three-point shot hadn't been there, or why that's not working for him to this point?
Well, the numbers tell us that in the past, you know, last year he was getting a lot more catch and shoot threes, you know, and this year a lot more off the dribble. And if that was a byproduct of handling the ball more, initiating the offense more as a point guard early on, that's kind of one of the reasons we wanted to throw Eric in there at the point quite a bit to hopefully get Keaton back off of the ball, just relax. You know, there's a lot goes into playing the point guard position, and I think that was just weighing on Keaton a little bit too much. So Eric's done a heck of a job here the last few ball games, allows Keaton to get out there and free up, and again, it was good to see him get it going.
Do you have to find a way for him to get that three-point shot back, or can he just play like this for as long as he can?
Well, we need to work to get him shots. We talked about that going into this game. You know, we've got a lot of plays in our playbook, but we need some specific actions where we can get him some good looks on that. Again, if Knox makes a couple, that helps us. If, you know, today Luka was a little bit of a threat on the block, and Luka can be a threat on the perimeter. Those shots are going to open up as a result of other guys stepping up as well.
Coach, how did you get your guys to play so loose and free tonight? I mean, the other night it was kind of tense, and you know, some things were forced, and tonight it was just like old times.
Yeah, it was. And I think because we got off to a good start, you know, last game we dug such a big hole early that I think we were pressing a little bit, and tonight we got off to a good start. Again, defense set the tone, and when we saw the ball go in the hole, and yeah, we just freed up and made some good basketball plays, and then you just see our confidence building, and we looked more like the team we expect to be. Now, this doesn't solve where we're at. We still got a lot of work to do. We talked to our guys about the last couple of days. We need to be good enough to beat Corpus tonight, and that's what we needed to be, and we were. And we get a day off tomorrow, and then we'll line up on Thursday and get ready for the next opponent. But we got a long, long ways to go. Second half, our defense wasn't very good. High percentage in the second half, but I think it was progress.
Keaton made a couple of putbacks early, like within the first few minutes of the game on a couple of, I think, Javon's misses. He was right there. He crashed hard. Could that be sort of something that the rest of the team could sort of take a cue from in order to help y'all get off to some faster starts?
Well, the rebounding in general, that was the theme heading into the last game. You know, again, as we're struggling, we just said we've got to commit to doing a better job on the glass, and we weren't able to do it in the previous game tonight, and I didn't see the final numbers. But, you know, our effort to the offensive boards has got to be better. Our blockouts have to be better, and we've had more rebounding in practice the last week and a half than we've had in a long, long time. We've got to reinforce that. You know, you can't practice everything every day. You're going to be good at what you spend the most time on. You're going to be good at, hopefully, you're going to be good at what you emphasize. and there's been a big emphasis on rebounding the last few days. It's a little bit of technique and a lot about effort, and that's an area we control what you can control, and generally can control your effort. So rebounding will continue to be a theme.
Jacob had a good night tonight. What did you like from him?
Well, Jacob, lights go on. Jacob is usually ready, and he does some amazing things. He's got to continue to improve defensively. He blocks shots that catches your attention. But you got to continue to work defensively. Otherwise, he brings some difference to our team. His length. We knew they would throw the ball inside quite a bit. He blocked some shots on his own guy, which is good to see. Sometimes his block shots are on the help side, but when they tried to go right at him, he blocked some of those shots. He's got a kind of a flair for the dramatic or the excitement, whatever it is, and he's just going to keep getting better and better. He's got a really good approach. I mean, he gets frustrated in practice, like young players often do, but he's very serious. He wants to be a player. He's very competitive. He's got terrific potential, and again, he generally has responded pretty well in games.
Texas State on Saturday, what do you expect him going for?
Well, I haven't paid any attention yet, but what you always expect with them is they're just going to be really, really tough. They're going to guard like crazy. They're going to grind. Typically don't want a lot of tempo. Make you earn everything. We're going to watch this one first, and then we'll get to work on them tomorrow. But always a real hard-playing team and a well-coached team.
Look, you guys got a lot of turnovers the first 10 or 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Was it something you were doing defensively, or their mistakes? What did you see with that?
In terms of forcing turnovers?
Forcing turnovers, yeah.
Yeah, they've had a tendency to do that. They try to run some clock, and I like the fact that we were active without getting out of position. We weren't jumping in passing lanes and getting beat. It wasn't one of those all or nothing type deals. I thought it was just a matter of when there was penetration, our activity was good, active hands, slapping at balls, just the right mindset in our half-court defense there early on.
What kind of kid is Knox Allen? I haven't had a chance to meet him. What's he like in practice, and just kind of, what does he bring to the team?
Well, he's, what we want from him is to relax, compete like crazy defensively, make shots. He's a very fast guy, He can drive it one direction. He's not an elite ball handler, but he can get downhill. Terrific shooter, spot-up shooter, three-point shooter with range. Defensively, he's working like crazy. We need him to continue to work. He's quicker on the offensive end than he is on the defensive end. But his main thing is to make sure he stays out of his head. He sometimes starts worrying about things he doesn't need to worry about. I'm trying to make sure he understands his role is very simple right now. Fight like crazy defensively, slide his feet, rebound. He's a pretty good offensive rebounder. And then be ready to do what he did tonight, spot up and make threes. And again, his numbers to this point aren't reflective of the player that he's been. You don't do what he did 2 years ago at Pepperdine and forget how to play. He shot 43 or 44% at Pepperdine, the three, and never turned the ball over. That's what we want him to do for us.